Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to Factory Fun, the series in which you tell me which bots to test from the community factory, and I do so to the very best of my abilities, giving my honest first impressions, and of course, rating them out of 5 in both style and combat. In today's episode, we are going to be testing out Good Luck With That by xXMellowsXx. So, first impressions, it's not going to win many awards for beauty, but it looks like it's going to be extraordinarily sturdy. It's got a pretty good shield placement, even if they are quite low tier. They're there, and of course they will occasionally be really lucky and absorb that direct shot. So I'm thankful they're there, but would perhaps question maybe even more block spam would have perhaps been preferable. But we're not going to judge until we actually get into combat. We have a radar receiver, we have a radar. I'm not sure if it has a radar jammer, however, but that doesn't matter too much. It does have a speedometer, and the guns are all Mark 5, so the guns are pretty on par with the block spam as well, which of course is tier 4 and tier 5, or Mark 4 and Mark 5, if I was actually being correct. So, yeah. Style-wise, I'm not particularly blown away, but combat-wise, this looks like it's going to do extremely well, which I'm completely okay with, because currently I'm half asleep, so a nice, tanky, really sturdy bot is just what I want to see. Let's just get straight into a team deathmatch and see just how it does. Well, not the best start. Will it bug out? Please don't bug out. Robocraft, please don't do this to me. Don't make me write the bot. I beg of you, oh Robocraft gods. Various devs, please. Don't cause me to have to write the bot, and I hate you, Robocraft. And so the true first match begins. Let's hope this thing deserves its 3+ rating. I'm really sure it is, and I'm so sorry that I've ended up rating this bot 3 out of 5 in both of the categories, but sometimes Robocraft servers just hate you, and it always seems to happen on the first match as well when I buy a new bot, and I'm starting to think it's not actually a coincidence anymore. Perhaps I should start... Ooh, hello. Like I said before, I always check the internet before doing a Robocraft video for just that reason. So I know it's not on my end, but always a little bit weird like that. I think we broke him. Excellent. The flyer is down, so he's out of the battle even if we didn't actually get the kill. I would very much like to see how this thing takes damage. I saw the rail there, but don't want to really get him to see us just yet. Do you know what's hard? Aiming. Who needs aiming when you've got SMG spam? Okay, maybe a little bit more aim than that. Okay then, let's one-on-one versus the ultimate shield ball. We're down by 10% health, but his shields are now coming off. Our guns still haven't been crippled. Oh, admittedly, we got a lot of backup there. That's a very well-designed mech, but ultimately, bye-bye. I can long range too, lad. Oh, Plasma, why you do this? And thank you, Mr. Medic. Okay, we took damage very well there. We probably would have lost versus that mech, but that was a really good mech, to be perfectly honest. Let's see if we can get any of these guys' shields. We are being hit by someone else, but we are also being healed, and this guy is going down. Oh, beautiful. Completely broken half there at the very end. Is the medic going to go? Yeah, the medic is excellently coming with us. Oh, hello, there's the plasma that was going for us. Let's change target. Oh, it seems like... No, he isn't. I thought he'd lost control there, but sadly not yet. Very sturdy flyer. A lot of sturdy enemies on the enemy team, as you might imagine, rather than the sturdy enemies on our team. Question mark. And down he goes. Okay, let's get the cap. There's an SMG just around the corner, although he seems very hurt, just like the rail there. So yeah, the plasma's got him. Let's just go and cap. Yeah, not bad at all. Would I have rated this different if we didn't have the disconnect? I don't know. It seemed to take damage extremely well. The rail in particular didn't really do much to us. But at the same time, we would have lost versus that walker. Now, losing against one particular enemy obviously doesn't mean the bot is any less valid. It would have been nice if we won, but even so. I think we do need another match, and hopefully a more standard type of match where, you know, we can actually hit someone, they can hit us back. It's more an actual one-on-one. We can do some more standard battles and that, where everyone's splayed out, before I can get a proper feel for the bot. Right now, I'm leaning towards probably 3.5, leaning towards 4, but again, really hard to tell from a first game. Onwards to the second. Okay, second match. The enemy has 2 plasma bombers and 1 flying medic. So once again, we do have to keep our eyes on the skies. Okay, most of our guys are going into the maze, so I'll just follow them. I guess this will be amazing. Tired humour. Okay, so we're not really at the front, and I wish we were, to be honest. Again, I do want to test how well this thing takes damage, as I think that's clearly what this thing's been built towards, so testing its strength is always a good way to test the overall bot. That's a very cute helicopter. I do love skis on flyers. I don't know why, it's just something about the aesthetic of that really does please me. Oh, hello. People are about to come around the corner. Let's see if we can help out. And there we are. Completely obliterated him, but saying that, he does seem to have Mark 2 and Mark 1 armor, so that wasn't a huge shock, honestly. He took off 1% of our health. How dare he? The bugger. I thought our rock was an enemy there. Not the best. Ooh. Do a little bit of damage here at long range before moving in. Focus on me! I want to see how well I take damage. Thank you. And he melts away into nothingness. Excellent. Okay, pretty good. The gun placement, I have noticed, is, yeah, absolutely fine. A little bit weak when firing sideways, but honestly, most SMGs are, when they have top-heavy guns. Hit me with your plasma! I wish to feel pain! Or, you know, don't. Yay! Yeah, we took that very well. Excellent. Oh, it's the eagle thing, whose name, Talon. That's the thing I was trying to think of. Oh, flipped himself there, not the best. I mean, at least he can still fire, but yeah, did kind of mess himself up there. Well, the plasma that hit us did almost nothing because of the sheer amount of blocks, which was lovely. I think what we're going to do is go for those 2 over there. I was trying to decide then, so you're messing around on the big circle, like, am I going to stay here, am I not? No, I think I'd rather try and do a bit more damage. A lot of our team is actually crippled. So this might be a really good idea, actually helping out and trying to finish off the remainders. Not going to try and climb over that. Could possibly do that, not sure the climbing capacity of this bot, but really don't want to risk it. I'd rather have the guaranteed route. Let's go for the rail, since he's already out in the open for us. Very polite of him. Okay, go for the SMG, because he's about to fire on us. Down he goes, and so does the rail. Okay, that was pretty darn fantastic, honestly. So, we took damage very well. Admittedly, most of the enemies we did face were a little bit less ranking than ourselves. Most of them did, however, have tier 5, tier 4 blocks, but a couple of them were sporting the Mark 3, Mark 4. So, not really sure if that was completely fair fights, but the plasma that hit us were both definitely Mark 5, and it didn't even take out a track, didn't even do any obvious crippling of the vehicle, so clearly a very good tank there. I really do think this thing is a good tank, it just seems like it. So, let's get into another match. I'm starting to get a feel for the bot, and I'm starting to regret only giving it 3 stars. The enemy has 1 flyer and 1 flyer alone. Okay, so this time we have to focus a bit more on what's on the ground in front of us. We do have the enemy rail there, but not sure if it's actually focusing anymore. I would like to be able to actually hit it a little bit as we go past, but I can't see it. Random spot. Oh, we actually managed to spot it. Fantastic. And we even hit it for 5,000 damage. I assume I must have took off a gun or something important for that. Not bad at all. Always being railed by our team as well. Not the best time for that rail. Yeah, by the looks of it, his rails are a bit exposed and on top of his pod is quite well defended. So if I've hit him, I assume I've broke his gun. And bye-bye. Ooh, hello, medic. Please don't turn around. Please don't turn around. Let's see how much damage we can do to the medic before everyone else realizes we're here. Nice. Well, really nice. Slowed him down immensely. If we can take out the other medic, it's a worthwhile sacrifice. If we take out this medic, I think we basically guarantee victory for the team. And there we go. Let's go for the SMG next. Okay, he's crippled. Now go for the plasma as well. Absolutely wonderful. Damn, there's a rail as well. I honestly think if we didn't have that rail on us then, who sadly took out multiple guns, we would have won. And, yep, the servers hate me for some reason. But anyway, I'm keeping this in. Normally I don't keep in matches which disconnect halfway because it's not a good kind of comparison. We managed to take out so much of the enemy team there on our own and take so much damage before being crippled. Really good showing from the bot. And let's get into a fourth match and hopefully this won't happen. I always find that in the early morning this happens a lot more as well than in the evenings and such, so perhaps I really should try to push my recording back to a normal time. But I just feel that Robocraft's one of those games I really do enjoy more when I'm, I don't know, tired for some reason. Okay, same map. Let's see if there's a little bit less disconnecting this time. Once again, a random spot. Sadly, no luck. I won't be firing just to make sure they don't know if I'm actually here. I do find it funny now how fast tracks are still. It's still weird to me just how fast tracks actually are. Okay, enemy team, one plasma bomber, and apparently one of the rails is in the air, either actually in the air or on one of the cliffs. Oh, medicopter, okay. Go for him a little bit, try and stay away from the SMG, at least for a few seconds while I'm trying to focus on that. And now swap targets and say hello to the plasma who just hit us for 4% damage. Wow. Yep, there goes him. Excellent. And now we've got the whole team on us again. At least we're testing out how well we tank, and we tank exceedingly well. That SMG took a lot of damage. Don't know if I'm going to survive, because honestly I'm struggling to control the bot now, but we definitely did a lot of damage to the enemy team and held them back for a good amount of time. There's a medic over there. If we can get back to him, I feel like we're going to do absolutely fine. The SMG is still chasing us, I really wish he wasn't, and the medic isn't coming to us, although we do now have some fire support, so let's focus on the SMG who's trying to chase us down, and, well, now probably regretting it, honestly. Ah, maybe not. Darn, all the guns are gone. That was just a really good angle for the enemy. We still have at least 2 tracks left, that's absolutely fine. We just lost the medic. Well. Oh, and apparently we have an ejector seat. So that's good to know. Yeah, not really much else for me to do at this point. I mean, I could go and start to cap, I suppose, but that would require going through a whole enemy section, which isn't the best. We have a damaged SMG, a full health rail, a really heavily damaged plasma bomber, and a decently healthed SMG versus almost the entire enemy team. Come on, go kill me. Yay! Holding down spacebar, will the ejector seat save us? Well, at least we got a few spots, but sadly we are going straight into the enemy team. I wish that one block wasn't still there. There we are. We're safe. We are the ultimate scummery. No, quickly. Yes. Self-destructed. We got the full scum point there. Let's get into another battle. Again, showing the tankiness, but perhaps next time we should play a bit more sanely and try to get ourselves killed a bit less. And so begins the last battle of the day, and once again on this map. I think the game is determined to make me have at least one match on this map where I actually survive until the end. So that's exactly what I aim to do. Where's our medics? There's our medics. Do we have... Wow, we have almost like no ground forces whatsoever. Hopefully that medic as well will follow me, and here we go into the abyss. Being the only damage dealer, I do feel a little bit nervous, and of course by the only damage dealer, I mean the only damage dealer on the ground. Ah, take that wall. We hit nothing. That's a very odd looking copter there, must be said. We're a bit far ahead again, so I will slow down around this corner. Have to be careful to defend the medics since we have so many of them and so little damage dealers. However, I do want to kill this guy, very much so. Okay, we're now being healed, so let's go straight for it. Let's just go full-on Berserker Rush. Let's see if we can get a kill straight away. Okay, okay, change target to the medic. See if we can at least cripple him a little bit. Okay, there we are. Damage has been done. We change target to him. Focus on the guns this time, like a smart person, until the end where I can completely see his seat. Ooh, nice hit there on our medic. That's a shame. Turning on this bot is not the best. Once again, going for the copter. That's a very well-designed copter, to be honest. But I think we could probably kill this plasma if we just focus. We're not being healed right now, which is a bit of a concern. However, on the map, everyone's behind me. We did lose our guns. I will say this bot does have a tendency to lose all of its guns at once. Maybe separating them a bit more, or... They are Triforced, but perhaps making them a little bit more separated in terms of the planes they're on, that's what I was trying to say, would be a big benefit. That's the only criticism so far in terms of its tankiness, I will say. That the guns are very, very liable to simply be stripped off. And of course, once your guns are stripped off, you are pretty much made useless. Unless you're capping, or want to be a shield body, I guess? One enemy left. I doubt it'll survive until we get the cap. But I may as well go ahead and try and get some cap points anyway. Well done to the medics! Without you, I definitely would have died there. Or at least being completely crippled in terms of guns. Wonder who's left. Oh, well, whoever's left has been destroyed. And we got second place. Not a bad end at all, even if it was a bit of a quick battle. Yeah, overall, I do like the bot. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It doesn't look bad, it just looks very average. It looks nothing unique about it, that's what I'm trying to say. Again, that doesn't mean bad per se, but in terms of rating out of 5, it means 3. Yeah, though, I like it very much. It tanks damage exceedingly well. The guns, like I say, are a little bit liable to be destroyed. Not quite sure how you go about changing that. I think it's because they're so clumped up in terms of their width, really, that anything which is hitting from above really just strips them off. Again, it's hard to fix things like that, particularly on the lower tiers, before you have the much bigger bots, which are a lot more separate. In terms of its placement of movement, I will say its turning is very poor even for a tank. That is another minor criticism, but I think that's really the only criticisms I can really come up with in terms of its game style. It's decently quick because it's a track. It doesn't get stuck on anything, which a lot of people do struggle with when they have the armor skirt go as low as this one, but this one doesn't seem to suffer from that, which is lovely, and it climbs exceedingly well, so yeah, well done. I would say 4 out of 5, definitely. I think exactly 4 out of 5 is where it should be. I would definitely recommend it for anyone who's looking for a medium-tier robot. And with that, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see your robot or a robot you know of seen on this series, then of course in the comments below, please leave the robot's name and the username of the owner of the bot together. Having both of them makes it a lot easier for me to actually find the bot, as the store can be a little bit weird sometimes, particularly when you've only got one name to go off. And if you would like to also leave the type of robot it is and the ranking it is, it does make it a bit easier for me to choose the bot, as sometimes I like to make sure that I don't clump up loads of the same bot together, so it makes it easier for me to choose which bot to do for which episode. And with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Robocraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. And now I'm off to get some well-deserved sleep. Thank you again for watching for the millionth time, and goodbye.